can help anybody else to keep fighting and to understand and be willing to try and hang in there, it's worth it.
It is so worth it. I really
So
appreciate that.
love is not for the weak of heart.
No. Having a body, right, and eventually dying is not for the weak of the heart.
No,
But
and fighting lives for 40 years is, this ain't no way to live. But you can't let it take you. Don't let it take your very soul.
no, it sounds like your soul is stronger from it. But also, is there a way that you can live without this suffering? And I want to be a part of that, and I'm really honored. So, can you talk to me about your inner life a little bit?
My inner life, what's that?
Well, just what it's like to live inside of you.
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, every day you get up and you're sick as a dog. You have no life. You can't make plans with somebody because the next day you might not can go. So your friend level is low because you can't be a friend because this thing literally has you by the throat. I'm married. My husband helps me a lot, but then again, he compensates because he knows he may get home and I can't cook dinner. I just can't.
Well,
So
and
we deal with it.
and
And
so
it also affects you mentally, where I'm an information person. I like reading the Bible. I like research. I'm into all kinds of things because I have used to have a good mind. But now it's like you struggle with that mind. And insomnia has absolutely eaten me alive. I cannot sleep. I'm taking a sleeping pill and an antidepressant just to sleep.
So, how do you find joy, and how do you find? Do you experience a quality of love inside of your body on a regular basis?
Not really. I work hard at having a quality of love and appreciation and acceptance because any day above ground is a good day.
Right.
But I grew up treated like a stepchild, and it was my fault, they said. So after I got grown, I realized it wasn't my fault, and I wasn't any worse than anybody else. So it took me years to get out of that pattern where it's your fault and you're the problem and I hate you. So I've been fighting with that. But, when you get old, you realize it's not your fault. You're not any worse than anybody else. They were the problem. So I try to love myself the way I should have been loved.
Well, and I think that was the case for them, and it just goes back to the beginning of nothingness, right? It's like,
Isn't it though? It's like, really? Because you don't like the man that you married and you got pregnant, so you hate the child, Or because the man you married now doesn't accept your child because it's not his, you get where you don't like her either? And you let all of his kinfolks mistreat her because she's not his?
Well,
You see what I'm saying? When you get grown, you realize, really, you did that to me? And see, at the time, they told you it was your fault.
well, what I'm saying to you, and this is it. So, can I ask you to open to a deeper level of forgiveness right now?
Oh, I have forgiven, because if you don't, it will destroy you.
Well, exactly. But I think that's at the core of what's destroying all of us, all of humanity, is this quality of not really understanding that the people that came before you, that came before them, all the way back to the stars that you were part of, that are in your body at this very moment, the microbes in the sea and the apes, it's just the challenge of living in a brain and being an evolutionary being, but it's like now in this historical time where we're having this quantum leap of evolution, turning to our whole ancestry back to the Big Bang and beyond, and deeply forgiving at that level, and realizing that we are light beings in this universe, right? I just have a nervous system. I live in a mind. I live in a pattern of being. I live in limitation as a body, just like you're talking about. Like everyone's body, everyone's mind is limited.
We're all in the same place. We're all fragile. We're all, sinful. We all make mistakes, and you can't blame people when we're all in the same boat.
Right, and it goes all the way back, right? At every level. There's.
But once you forgive totally everybody. In other words, I can't be any better than my mother was. We're all broken.
Yes. And at the same time, and as soon as we love at that level where there's unpreferential love for every human on the planet that lives in our body. That's what I'm offering you. I'm offering you a teaching that says that even though your suffering is that great, you can have a quality of unpreferential love in your body at every moment.
Well, see, I feel like I have love. I have a relationship with God, and I have forgiveness. So I feel like as long as I love myself and I love others and I have compassion and I have forgiveness, that I can deal, I can cope, because it's not about what they do, it's about what I do.
Exactly. Yes. And many blessings to you, and I look forward to another conversation soon.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay.
I wish you well.